Welcome in everybody to the Refined Roundtable, another edition of this show, I guess is what it is, or you know what, it's just content for you to get through the day. I'm Brandon Bernstead, joined as always by Britt Thorson and Abby Lushai. How you guys doing?
Good. Same old, same old.
Literally, same old, same old. Doing well.
But here's the thing. It's not the same old, because today, May 12th, is the day that we heard maybe the most exciting news of quarantine. We've talked about it on this show before, and now it's official. Hamilton, the movie, which was filmed with the live cast in the Richard Rodgers Theater, it's going to be out on Disney Plus July 3rd.
This is amazing.
Okay, how excited are you for this?
I am so pumped. I had already been, because originally it was going to be November 2021. I mean, it was a ways off. We're talking over a year. And now the Hamilton gods have smiled down upon us and they're giving it to the people in just a couple months. You do have to have Disney Plus, but I believe a subscription is like $4.99 a month or something like that, maybe $6.99.
Worth it.
And it's so worth it. And it just makes me so happy because this is such an amazing production. And without this ability to be able to see it on television, I think a huge portion of the population would never be able to experience it just because of maybe you're not into shows, or maybe you don't want to spend a lot of money trying to get it, or maybe you don't want to be refreshing every time Ticketmaster goes on sale because it's going to be in high demand for years to come. This is a way to get it to the people, man. I love it.
Yeah, I'm absolutely stoked. I did not see me seeing this live in my future for at least like some years. So I'm very excited that it's coming to me in a way that I can experience it from my home. I'm really excited. I mean, I've listened to the music, I know all the hype, so I'm just pumped to actually be able to see it.
This is going to really drive Disney Plus subscriptions because let's be honest, a lot of people I think were considering it. Like my wife and I were considering it, especially we've got a little one on the way that's like pretty much due when this thing comes out. But now it's just the impetus to pull the trigger because you're going to want to see this. Hamilton is here to save the 4th of July. Remember, the 4th of July, maybe you'll get together and have a barbecue with some family or do something social distance, but all the like fireworks shows are postponed or canceled. So this is what you can do on the 4th of July. Just hang out around the TV and watch Hamilton, and it's going to be incredible. It is the original Broadway cast filmed at the theater where they performed it. Like it's going to be awesome.
Also,
the Spotify playlist. I'm sorry, Abby, go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to say just pour one out too, because the fact that 4th of July is on a Saturday this year and this happened, like that is truly a tragedy. But anyways, Brett, on to you.
I was just going to say the Spotify playlist, people are going to be walking around grocery stores, humming it underneath their masks. Everyone's going to be like, oh, I'm just so excited. I'm so excited.
I mean, I hope that the majority of folks watching have at least dabbled in the songs, and hopefully if you've had the opportunity to see it live, any of the productions, it's well worth it. But I mean, the music in this show is unbelievable. It is a story told through music that you're like happy to listen to on your own time.
Absolutely. You don't even need the full, like Abby, when you've been listening to the songs, obviously it's much better when you know the whole context, but like the songs in and of themselves are pretty catchy and good, don't you think?
Yeah, no, 100%.
Is Lin-Manuel Miranda like one of the big winners of quarantine between his appearance and them getting the Hamilton cast back together on John Krasinski's YouTube show, and then releasing Hamilton now for the people? Like, it just feels like he is winning quarantine just by doing a couple simple things to make people feel happy, which I think we all need.
Absolutely. But actually that's a good segue to our next topic, or I'm going to preempt our schedule to talk about our next topic, because I do think that we have a true quarantine hero in our midst.
Yes.
During this time. And you just brought him up, John Krasinski. I mean, this Some Good News, like that's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Some Good News. I mean, this is incredible what he's doing. I mean, and this is honestly his time to shine. I mean, obviously Office, he'll always be remembered, but the things he's doing, not just on the show and bringing people good news, but the reunions he's manufacturing. I mean, this week alone, he got the entire cast of The Office together on a Zoom call to help a couple celebrate their wedding, quote unquote wedding, that they were unable to have. And they just had it with the entire cast of The Office.
And they recreated the iconic Jim and Pam wedding scene to Forever by Chris Brown, which, I mean, even if you haven't watched The Office, I feel like that's a scene that people have seen just like on social media. Like, it's incredible. And they did it so well. And they were so happy to do it. And it made me so happy to watch it. And it was just, my mom said she cried when she saw it. I was like, fair. She loves The Office. But I was like, it's just so good.
If there is not a production company or a network that doesn't throw a bag of money at John Krasinski to keep this going, and I'm sure he would do it in a way that was, maybe he would donate it, donate the proceeds. But this is the type of show or content that I would watch on TV. I'm happy to watch on my computer, whatever. Like, I want him to continue doing this. He's also just like a legitimately good host. I don't know who's helping him come up with these ideas, but if he's coming up with them, if it's just him and Emily Blunt, like hanging out at home and being like, it'd be dope. Let's do a wedding on the show, and then getting it done.
They are truly a power couple. I would not be surprised if this was just the brainchild of Emily Blunt and John Krasinski, because they are two icons that have come together, and they are even more iconic, and I love them so much. But I would watch that. If they did a Some Good News TV show, like a weekly thing, I would absolutely watch it every week. 100%.
Yes, same.
Even if it's just like a season and it's just like 6 episodes in the middle of summer or something like that, I'm here for it. This is by far the most heartwarming content that I've found. And it's like week over week over week, he does something that is genuinely moving and at the same time entertaining. And somehow the production value is really solid on the show.
I know.
That's what I keep wondering. I'm like, how are you doing this with all these different there's got to be a couple camera angles or just a really good editor. So he's got to have someone else. I mean, who knows? Maybe he's editing his own stuff, but there have to be somehow writers, there maybe some producers. I mean, there's more than just the two of them. I mean, they're gods, but even they can't do all of this, right?
Oh no, he's got a team for sure. But even just if he's having to run the cameras and do all that himself, I know from shooting TV segments in my own home, it takes a while. It just takes longer than you think it's going to take. And yet it looks amazing. And just, I mean, the guy has had the greatest arc ever. Like, he was Jim, an iconic character on The Office. Now he's an action star. He's Jack Ryan. He's written and directed The Quiet Place and The Quiet Place sequel. He's doing a talk show that's better than any talk show for the most part that's on right now. Like, he's mastered quarantine in basically 2 episodes. I mean, yeah, I'm here. I'm in the bag for John Krasinski, I think.
Someone's got to get Hulu and Netflix on the phone or something. They're going to be fighting over that, I'm sure.
No doubt. And if he can find a way to use whatever, somebody may offer him to then donate it, like he's been doing, doing really good work with it. Some Good News, as the show title implies. Yeah. I'm all in.
All in.
Let's move on to somebody else who I'm all in for. One of my all-time favorites, celebrity chef Guy Fieri. He is, I'm just going to say, he holds a special significance. Like, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives is A1 quarantine content. It is just so low stakes food. And Guy Fieri had like one of these arcs where he was kind of a joke, and he had the Times Square restaurant that got epically panned. And now he's just one of the good people out there. Everyone can kind of agree. He's back in everyone's good graces, and he'll be even more so after this. Him and Bill Murray are competing in a nacho making showdown to benefit unemployed restaurant workers. This is just the content I'm here for.
That's huge. That's amazing.
Though I'm not gonna lie, I think Bill Murray is gonna be more competitive in this showdown. I don't know how do you judge nachos from afar? Is it just whatever looks the most insane, or
Yeah.
is there unbiased judges in both places? I don't know how you do this.
Isn't it like Terry Crews and someone else are the judges? That's what I read somewhere. I was like, I feel like it's the most random like group of people involved, but I mean, it works somehow.
Maybe if they all live semi close, there could be like a runner who delivered the nachos to the doorstep of the judges, clearly labeled with whose was whose. And so there could be a taste test element. I don't know. They'll get creative, I'm sure.
I'm doing a little reconnaissance. Each competitor will create nachos for judges Terry Crews and Shaquille O'Neal. Carla Hall, previously of the Chew on ABC and Food Network, is going to MC. Again, I don't know how they're tasting these or what the criteria is going to be, but I do know that Bill Murray has a ringer in his midst because one of his sons, chef, is a chef and restaurateur. So
wow.
Bill's not going to be completely out of his element here.
Yep.
It's going to be more competitive than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Here for it.
I'm just here for whatever Guy's doing. My dream, if we're able to dress up for Halloween and do funny things, is to do the full Guy Fieri with the hair and the goatee and like the fire shirt. So you guys can look forward to that in the office October. I'm taking everybody to Flavortown. I'm just gonna walk around with chicken wings and stuff.
Oh my God.
Okay, well, we're gonna hold you to that.
Yeah.
If I'm going to dress up as Guy Fieri, which has been bandied about several times in the office, I'm going full boat, like in character for the entire day.
Yeah, and we should do like a Halloween show, and you should do a segment as Guy Fieri, probably,
absolutely.
Right?
100%. Or like be on the Hot Topics panel and just in full Guy Fieri regalia.
We all would have to come in character as somebody not ourselves. I feel like that would be good content.
Yeah,
a show host of some kind.
Samantha, not going to be as happy with that costume. She literally, when I turn on the show, she makes me turn it off because she hates the sound of Guy Fieri's voice.
That bodes well for you.
Yes. All right, quickly, I want to hit one that we were talking about before we started filming. It's kind of old news, but at the same time, it's worth talking about, which is Elon Musk and Grimes named their child. It's pretty much of just a bunch of symbols. It's not even, I think, legally allowed in California. Like, this name is not going to stand because I don't think can you imagine taking roll call in a class and you've got this lovely child there and it's just an X with an AE together? And there's various ways to pronounce this name. Apparently Musk said on the Joe Rogan podcast that the AE is actually pronounced Ash. So it's X-Ash would be how you would say the first name. And Grimes has said that it's XAI, like artificial intelligence, AI. So it's XAI.
How are they not on the same page with how to pronounce it is my question. I'm like, obviously you both agreed to the name. Why are you both on completely different fields with how to pronounce it? Like, that doesn't make nobody knows. Like, you don't even know. Then you're the parents. I don't know how anyone else is supposed to know.
I will say I like the nickname Ash. That's pretty cute. If they do a little, But man, I just don't. That poor kid. That's a lot. But also very unique. Let's look at the pros. Very unique.
One of one.
One of one, 100%. And there's a lot of names out there that are very unique and they always get people talking. So good icebreaker, I would say.
Do you think that there are going to be people naming their kid this now?
Oh, I'm sure.
Like Elon Musk stans or Grimes fans?
You're right, actually.
That would not be me, not my life.
I appreciate something that is unique, but as Sam and I have been thinking about what to name our daughter, right? Like this is front of mind. The thing that we have looked toward is there can't be any like nicknames that can get a little touch and go, you know? Like if the name's great, but the nickname that you're probably going to use more often isn't something you love, not here for it. We also want it to be, you know, easy to pronounce, a little bit different than the average Joe. I just think maybe a little too different. Like this kid is going to be smart, going to have probably going to be a lovely child, but the roll call in class is just on its own going to be an issue.
Yeah. Although, you know, at the end of the day, even as you said that, like the kid's going to be fine. That kid's dad is Elon Musk. Like that kid is going to be absolutely fine. Is it a boy or a girl?
Boy.
He could live in a mansion where only everyone knew exactly how to pronounce his name and never looked twice at him for having a unique name, and it will just have the best life ever. So at the end of the day, the kid's going to be fine.
He will be fine, he said.
Yeah, we get to debate it on Zoom, but you're right. Like that is this kid is really the least of his problems, you know.
Does that kid have any problems? I'm not really sure that kid's ever going to have problems.
No, most likely he's probably going to end up being like a rocket scientist or incredibly intelligent, doing probably great things for the world. So the name thing will be secondary when we look back on this. But I just can't get over the XE symbol. Yeah. It exploded my brain when I first saw it. I didn't even know how to react. All right, before we go, because as always, we're on the free plan here, so we're running out of time. Does anybody have any streaming recommendations? We were getting into the part of quarantine now where everybody's watched everything and there's still some new content coming out. Is there anything that we can recommend?
Yes. This weekend I binged Outer Banks on Netflix. It's new-ish. I think it's been out for a couple of weeks. It's a YA series. It's basically about this teen who enlists the help of his friends to help find his missing dad and like solve it, like go treasure hunting. And it's just like about what happens with that. But it's really good. If you're into like teeny drama bops and you love that kind of thing like I do, you'll love it. So that's my recommendation.
Britt, you got anything?
Yeah, as I said last week, I did exactly what I thought I would, which was binge the entire season 2 of Dead to Me. And it was so good. I don't know how, you know, you wait for like 8 months and then it's over in like 8 hours because they're 20-minute episodes or whatever. And it was really good. Christina Applegate is a gem. Yes. And what's the other actress is really good too. I just don't know her name as well. Yeah. Man, anyways, I highly recommend. It's on Netflix. They're bite-sized 20-minute episodes, so you can get through them really quickly. And just somehow they manage to make tragedy funny, which I think is life. Sometimes you just gotta laugh when stuff happens. So it's a dramedy, dramedy. But dramedy. Yeah. So anyway, very, very good. 10 out of 10.
My pick is a movie. If you know me, you know I like mindless action films. And I watched Bad Boys for Life this weekend. And oh my gosh, it was incredible. It was everything I wanted. It was Will Smith and Martin Lawrence doing Will Smith and Martin Lawrence things. There was a ton of great action sequences. It was electric. It was an electric watch. It's a perfect 2-hour movie. It's mindless. You can just put it on, laugh a little bit, and enjoy. I could not recommend it highly enough. Is the plot a little implausible? Yeah, of course. Are the jokes, you know, really amped up to 10? Yeah. But it was phenomenal.
I'll add that to my list for sure. I think
Are you actually gonna
no,
gonna watch it?
It's on my giant list of movies to watch, so gotta get
Just
on
move it closer to the top. That would just be my one
Just up a
pitch
few
for you.
pegs. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but obviously that says a lot about the type of things that I like to watch in my spare time. It's like a combination of reality TV and mindless action movies, but you know, to each their own. That's my thing. All right, guys, that is it. We made it before the less than a minute to go mark on our free Zoom. So I think that this is
a win.
Yeah, a win. Strong work, and we'll be back next week to probably talk about Hamilton some more or something else that John Krasinski did that was great.
Let's be honest.
All right, have a great week, guys.
Bye.